Hey everybody, and thanks for clicking on this video and checking out my channel. So, last night I actually saw Avengers Endgame. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I actually went out to the theater and saw Avengers Endgame last night. The 22nd film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The sequel to Infinity War. And most likely the most anticipated movie of this year. Full disclosure, I'm not going to give any spoilers away. I'm not going to talk about plot points. I'm not going to talk about anything really that's in this movie. This is really just going to be me talking about my experience with this movie because I really just want to talk about this movie. I can't believe what I just saw. When we last saw our heroes in Avengers Infinity War, they lost, they got defeated by Thanos. Half the universe turned to dust, they lost, Thanos succeeded in his mission. Now Avengers Endgame sees how they're dealing with the situation. That's all I'm going to say about the movie, nothing more, because oh my goodness, there's so much to say in this movie. There's so much that happens in this movie. I can't even wrap my head around everything that happens in this movie. It's insane what they did with this movie. So a couple things I will talk about is the runtime. The runtime is 3 hours and 2 minutes. Officially, it is 3 hours. I sat there for the whole 3 hours watching this thing, and I gotta say, the 3 hours for this movie is completely earned. I can't think of a single frame, a single second that I want removed from this movie. There are actually scenes and segments in this movie I want to see extended. I want to see more of, and it's already 3 hours long. I can't think of something that I personally want taken out of this movie. This movie does so much justice to these Avengers that we have grown with for 10 years in the MCU. If you saw Avengers Infinity War, which if you're watching this review, I assume you have seen Avengers Infinity War, then you know that a lot of the characters that were left by the end of Avengers Infinity War is the original 6, along with a couple additions from Infinity War like Rocket and Nebula, who are kind of from the later MCU. A lot of the people that were left were Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, all those people that were from the start with the first Avengers movie. And this movie gives... I'm not giving anything away here. This movie gives fantastic character moments for all of these characters that we have seen since the first Avengers movie. They all get fantastic moments and just developments that I just loved so much. And a lot of these actors give the best performances they have ever given as these characters in this movie. They are so good. They have these characters so nailed down. They know exactly who these characters are. They bring so much to these characters. And just some of the performances from these people. This is some of the best performances they've ever done for these characters in these movies. Just the way that this movie comes together and fulfills so many promises. I cannot tell you how fulfilling this movie was to me. The Russo brothers and Kevin Feige and everyone at Marvel has said, even when Infinity War was coming out, this is going to be the culmination of the MCU that we've known since the first Iron Man movie. This is going to bring all 21 movies together. This is going to be the culmination of it all. They promised that with Infinity War, but oh my gosh, do they deliver that with this movie. I can't even imagine writing this movie. How this movie perfectly wraps up the 21 films that we have watched in the MCU is astonishing to me. I can't believe what they were able to do with this movie. This movie, honestly, was like a dream. Like when Infinity War was coming out, and I was getting so excited for Infinity War because I was never pumped up for a movie as much as I was for Infinity War, I started having dreams about Infinity War and what I dreamt Infinity War was going to be. And this movie felt like those dreams. They do things in this movie I can't believe they do. I can't believe they pull off. Like, on paper, if I was reading this, I'd be like, no, how are you going to make that work? How is this going to come together? How is this going to work? And they just make it work so well. Now, I'm really hyping up this movie, and I really loved this movie. I loved a lot in this movie. I'm not saying it's a perfect movie. I'm not going to get into anything as to why, because it's all stuff you can't touch upon. But there are stuff that you can look into this movie and be like, that's a flaw. How does that work? How does that... It can seem convenient in some ways. You can really nitpick it, but it's just they wrote the movie, they wrote this movie, and they gave me the character moments, and they gave me just... They set up this movie so well that I was able to suspend my disbelief and just really buy into everything that they were doing. The way that they told this story, the way that it all comes together, the attention to detail that they have for this world, the care that they put into the Marvel Cinematic Universe is on full display here. They do things that you don't even know that you wanted, and then when they do happen, you're like, that's totally what I want. I didn't even know that's what I wanted, but that's what I wanted, and they did it. And oh my gosh, it's beautiful. This movie is so beautiful. This movie, to me, cemented the MCU. The MCU is cinematic history. This movie has to be cinematic history. I've never seen something like this. This is truly unprecedented in the world of cinema to me. I really can't believe what they did with this movie. It's so fulfilling. It's so satisfying. And it just makes the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the one that really started the cinematic universe, it's at the top of the food chain. It's the top dog. I don't know how any other cinematic universe could ever top what Marvel has done with their cinematic universe. They have time and time again fulfilled their promises and have blown me away. But this blows all the blown aways out of the water. This movie completely surpasses my expectations of what I wanted this movie to be and what I thought this movie was going to be. And yeah, it's not a perfect movie, but oh my goodness, I don't know how it could get any more perfect than how they decided to wrap this up. And this is one of the best cinematic experiences I've ever had, and I really hope that you get a lively audience. When I saw this last night, Thursday night, I had such an alive audience. There were so many moments. We all clapped, we all wooed, we all cheered at the screen. I have never had an experience like that in the movie theater. It's very rare for that to happen in my city. I've gone to a movie where people have clapped a couple times, but it's like very quiet, very short. This was like full audiences applauding. This was people fists in the air wooing. There were so many moments like this that I just hope your theater allows you to really express yourself, because oh my goodness, it's totally earned. Every moment that you woo for, that you clap for, that gets your blood pumping in this movie is totally, completely earned. It's remarkable what they did with this movie. I don't know if it's just the hype right now. I don't know if this is going to die down. I might watch it again. I might see more things that I didn't like in it, maybe so. But at this moment right now, I am jazzed. I can't believe this shouldn't have worked. This movie should not have worked. It really shouldn't. How many times have we had franchises that have promised things that have really dropped the ball on their finales and their conclusions and everything that they've set up, and they just dropped the ball in it? This movie doesn't drop the ball at all. This movie throws the ball into the moon, I don't even know, and then catches it again. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. All I know is that this movie hit everything it needed to hit for me. This movie was truly like a dream. I can't believe how satisfying and fulfilling it was. If you have been watching the MCU since the first Iron Man movie, like I have, and you have been invested in this universe and these characters, I don't know how you walk out of this movie feeling disappointed. Just my personal experience with this movie, I don't know how you feel disappointed. I am over the moon for what they delivered, and my hat is off to Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, like all those guys over at Marvel. Wow. Hats off to you. You did it. You pulled it off. I don't know how you pulled it off. I don't know how you I didn't know how you pulled off Civil War. I didn't know how you pulled off Infinity War. I, for the life of me, have no idea how you were able to pull this off. How this movie did not crush my soul and disappoint me is baffling to me. Wow. Guys, honestly, if you're excited for Endgame, go see it, because I don't know how you walk out disappointed. At least my experience with this movie and with this universe, I don't know how you walk out of this movie disappointed. Go see this movie. I almost guarantee you're gonna have a fantastic time. Of course, it's all subjective. Maybe you won't, but just from my experience, I don't know how you don't. Guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video and checking out my channel and talking about some movies with me, or just listening to my experience with this movie. What was your experience with this movie? Comment down below, let me know. I want to know all your thoughts and opinions, or just what you felt and how Avengers Endgame affected you. Guys, once again, my name's Zachary Milne. Thank you for talking movies with me, and hope you have yourself a great day.